We'll put your mom in a nursing home and move my mom in with us.
His wife and her mother just stared at him, stunned. The phone buzzed on the dining table. Marian jumped a little, like she and the phone were connected by the same nerve. Her hands weren't as quick as they used to be. She had to scoot her chair closer and feel along the edge of the table before her fingers closed around the phone.
Hello?
Greg's voice hit her immediately, bright and confident.
Marian, how are we doing over there? Is the contract ready?
It was like he knew she'd been sitting there for an hour, rereading the paperwork for the sale of her condo. Her condo.
Don't stress about it, okay? We'll take care of everything.
Marian looked around the small two-bedroom place she'd lived in alone for the last 15 years, ever since her husband died. Suddenly it felt too big and too empty, like the walls were echoing. Her daughter and son-in-law had been asking her to move in with them for years.
Why yes, Greg. I'm just, looking over the contract again.
Oh, come on. You're not gonna understand half that legal gibberish anyway. The important thing is, I had my buddy check it. It's solid. This is our family home we're talking about. You give us the money, we skip the mortgage, no insane interest, you know?
He sounded so upbeat, so sure of himself. Marian nodded automatically, forgetting he couldn't see that through the phone.
Marian? You still there?
Yes, Greg, I'm here. I understand, of course. It's just, that's all my savings.
Who do you think we're doing this for?
There was that tone again. Greg's special register, gentle, but with a little accusation underneath.
For strangers? No. For us. For Liv, for you. We'll all live together, one big family. You'll have your own room, your own bathroom. What more could you want? Way better than that old shoebox apartment, right?
She looked around at the familiar peeling wallpaper, the tiny kitchen, the balcony full of her plants. She nodded again.
Okay.
There we go. Tomorrow at 2, we finalize everything. Liv will swing by and pick you up.
He hung up. For a long time, Marian kept staring at the contract, where her condo had been turned into numbers, and those numbers turned into her share of the new house. Their shared house. We'll sell your condo, add some of our own money, and build a proper family home, Greg had told her. We'll all live there together. And Marian had believed him. Time in the new house slipped by almost unnoticed. They'd built in the suburbs, all pale siding and big windows. Marian had her space on the second floor, a small but bright bedroom with its own bathroom and a view over the flower beds. She'd lined the wide windowsill with her African violets and spider plants. Every morning she'd go out to water the flowers by the front porch. Sometimes she'd get up early and make breakfast for everyone, eggs, pancakes, strong coffee. Olivia would wander in before work, still half asleep, sit at the island and chat. Greg would breeze through in a hurry, give Marian a quick, polite morning, and a little bow of the head, like he was at a meeting. It was almost exactly like Marian had imagined on the good days, when fear and doubt quieted down. That Thursday morning, she thought it was Thursday, anyway, Marian woke up to chaos downstairs. Voices, doors slamming, the hollow thump of heavy things being dropped on hardwood. She slid into her robe, ran a brush through her hair, and went down. A woman stood in the living room. Tall, well put together, hair sprayed into a perfect helmet, big hoop earrings, immaculate makeup, expensive new pantsuit. She was looking around the room with the critical eye of someone appraising a property, not admiring a home.
Mom, you're up.
Olivia stepped out of the kitchen, her smile too tight. She shot Marian a nervous look.
Come meet Greg's mom. This is Diane.
The woman turned. Her gaze flicked over Marian from the top of her head to her slippers in one swift, measuring sweep.
Well, finally. I've been wondering who the third person was in this little setup. Greg's told me so much about you.
Behind Marian, through the front door, two men were hauling in cardboard boxes and big duffel bags.
Diane's moving in with us.
Olivia whispered, looking away. Greg appeared behind Marian so suddenly she jumped.
Mom, you get your stuff sorted yet?
He asked Diane, like Marian wasn't even there.
Oh hey, you're up. I was just going to tell you. Mom's going to be staying with us for a while. We'll rent out her condo, little extra income never hurts.
Diane was already directing traffic.
That goes upstairs. To the bedroom on the right. And please be careful with the wardrobe, it's antique.
But
Marian looked up the stairs.
that's my room.
She finished in a near whisper. Greg glanced at her over his shoulder, expression cool, faintly indulgent.
It's fine. You'll move into the small room next to the storage closet. Mom needs more space. Your mom
He jerked his head toward Liv.
has lived with us for a bit, that's enough. Now it's my mom's turn. She needs support more than you guys do.
He said it like he was reading off the weather report and went back to helping the movers. Marian stood in the hallway feeling like the house had shifted under her feet, turned just a few degrees, into some place she didn't recognize.
Liv, honey, what's happening?
Her daughter looked terrified. She kept nodding and unknotting the hem of her blouse.
I only found out yesterday. He said this was always the plan.
In the kitchen, Diane was already opening cabinets, clucking her tongue.
What a mess. All of this will have to go.
She murmured, half to herself. Marian barely touched her food at lunch. She sat at the table staring at a paper napkin, tracing the embossed pattern with her fingertip. Her hands shook just enough to be visible.
Why are you sitting there like a guest?
Diane said cheerfully, spooning herself a second helping of casserole.
Eat. You probably cooked this, didn't you? Not bad, actually, though I'd use more seasoning.
Olivia stared into her plate. Greg methodically cut his food, knife and fork moving in neat, efficient strokes. He took a sip of water, dabbed his mouth with a napkin.
Marian, let's just be honest about how things are.
She looked up at him.
Your contribution to this house is, what, 20% of the total value? The rest is mine and Liv's. So we decide who gets which room.
Greg.
Olivia's head snapped up.
What? I'm not going to lie about it. No one is throwing anyone out, but my mother needs a nice room with a view of the garden. She needs space. You're okay with that, right, Liv?
Liv's eyes jumped from her husband to her mother and back again. Marian could see her daughter's fists clenched under the table, knuckles white.
But Mom sold her condo.
Exactly. She sold it and landed on her feet. Most seniors don't have anywhere to go. And here she is, in a beautiful house. She should count her blessings.
Marian pushed her chair back slowly. Her legs felt like they belonged to someone else.
Excuse me.
She said quietly. The little room by the storage closet was cramped and still smelled of fresh paint. The small window looked straight at the blank siding of the neighbor's house, so close she could almost touch it. She sat down on the narrow bed and stared at her hands.
What have I done? How could I have been so foolish?
There was a tap at the door. Olivia slipped in, pale, red patches creeping up her neck.
Mom!
She sat down and put an arm around Marian's shoulders.
I'm so sorry. I didn't know. He wasn't like this before.
It's okay. It's your house.
Our house, Mom. It was supposed to be our house.
The next few days felt like wading through mud. Diane took over the kitchen, declared herself queen of the stove. She tossed out junk, Marian's favorite chipped mug, the old little vase with the hairline crack. Whenever Marian objected, Diane would beam that fake friendly smile and chirp.
Oh, come on, you're really attached to that. At your age you should be thinking about your soul, not old dishes.
On Friday evening, Greg walked into Marian's room without knocking.
Hey! I've been thinking. You should probably consider a retirement community. There are some really nice ones, nurses on site, meals included. Bigger, brighter rooms than this.
Marian looked up at him. The words wouldn't form at first.
A nursing home?
Don't say it like that. It's normal now. And, well, you can see it. We're a little crowded.
Crowded? There are 4 of us.
Exactly. Just think about it, okay? I'll need an answer by the end of the week.
Olivia found her mother out in the yard, sitting on the bench among the freshly planted violets, staring at nothing.
Mom!
Liv sat down beside her.
I heard him.
Then she broke. Tears poured down, she pressed her face into Marian's shoulder.
I talked to him. He's been planning all this from the beginning. Before you even sold your condo. He just wanted your money for the house and then…
Marian stroked her daughter's hair. Somewhere under the shock and sadness, something sharp and hot started to rise, hurt, and then anger.
Well, now it makes sense.
The morning was bright and crystal clear. Marian woke up earlier than usual. She lay there for a while, watching the light move slowly along the ceiling. Then she got up, got dressed carefully, brushed her hair smooth. She put on the beaded necklace her co-workers had given her for her 50th. The house was quiet. Only Olivia sat in the kitchen, hair messy, a cold cup of coffee in front of her. She stared through it like the mug was empty.
Mom? You're up early.
Liv looked up, eyes still red from crying. Marian sat down across from her, folding her hands on the table.
I talked to him late last night after you went to bed. And you know what? He didn't even deny it.
She laughed bitterly.
He said he was just thinking strategically. Can you believe that? Before he ever offered to have you move in, he already had an agreement with his mother. She rents out her condo, keeps the money. Your room.
She gestured upward, toward the room that wasn't Marian's anymore.
Was always meant for her. And you were always supposed to end up in this little box. Or if you didn't like it, in a retirement home.
Marian nodded. Strangely, she didn't feel panic anymore. No sharp pain. Just a cold, tired clarity, like watching a play she'd seen too many times to count.
And you? You had no idea?
No, Mom, I swear. I honestly thought we'd all live together. Like a real family.
Greg appeared in the doorway with his tablet, saw them, stopped.
Hey, early birds. What's all the whispering about?
He said with that polished smile, though his eyes were wary. Olivia stood up. Marian had never seen her daughter stand that straight before, shoulders back, chin up.
I already told Mom. Everything.
What are you talking about?
Greg tried to look confused, but a muscle in his jaw twitched.
Your plan. How you used my mom's money to buy this place for yourself and your own mother.
Greg set the tablet down on the table.
Liv, you're being dramatic. It was just a smart plan. Your mom's money wasn't going to disappear. Why does a woman her age need a 2-bedroom condo anyway?
And now she gets a spot in a nursing home, right?
Liv took a step toward him.
Look. Yeah, I planned it. So what? That's called thinking ahead. My mother earned the right to live in a nice house, in peace and comfort.
And mine didn't.
He shrugged.
Your mom put in a little bit. That doesn't give her the right to dictate how we live. My mom raised me.
Okay then. I'm filing for divorce. Today.
Liv, wait.
Don't interrupt me. We'll divorce and split the assets. The house will have to be sold. Since my mom put money into this place, she'll get her share.
Greg let out a short, disbelieving laugh.
That's ridiculous. After everything I've done for you.
What exactly have you done? You lied to me. You used my mother. You stole her money.
It was the right thing to do. Your mom is an old woman.
Marian started laughing. They both turned to look at her.
You know what, Greg? You're right about one thing. I am an old woman.
She got to her feet.
But today I learned a lot. Like, you don't hand your trust, and your savings, to just anyone who calls himself family. And there are things more important than money and a roof over your head. Like self-respect. It's just a shame you and your mommy never figured that out.
6 months later.
Mom, you're not even gonna believe this.
Liv appeared in the doorway, towel over her shoulder, hair damp from the shower.
They offered me a promotion yesterday.
That's wonderful. Think you can handle it?
Handle it? Of course.
Liv laughed, flicking her hair back.
I don't know. It's like I finally see things clearly. Like I've been walking around half asleep for years and just woke up.
Marian nodded. She knew exactly what her daughter meant. She herself had gone back to the small history museum downtown, working a few shifts a week as a guide. Not for the money, though it helped, but because it made her feel like herself again. Olivia didn't regret the divorce for a second. Greg had tried everything, threats, apologies, promises, we can fix this. But the decision was made. The house went on the market, sold, the proceeds were split. Diane had screamed so loudly about being thrown out on the street that the neighbors called the cops. But in the end, it was over. That chapter was closed. Marian looked at her daughter and, out of nowhere, said softly,
Thank you for choosing me.
Olivia smiled and squeezed her mother's hand.
How could I not? You're my real family. And you protect your own.